Yo, what's up, guys? This is an interview me and Harlan did, asking our coworkers their ghost experiences in our school. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and thank you for watching.
Do you remember any stories when you were in high school about teachers talking about feeling something eerie in the school?
Yeah, well, when I was in high school, some janitors would experience eating things in the bathrooms, hallways. One instance, there was a janitor that actually saw a little girl run into the bathroom, and it was after hours. She didn't check, and there was nobody there. Yeah, that's one of the many stories of this.
Okay, good enough. What about you in high school? Anything eerie?
In high school, no, I haven't really experienced anything here.
What about now? Now that you're a teacher and you get more access and freedom to the school, whereas in high school you were restricted.
Well, when I first started here, I was working in a gym. I was the gym teacher, and that's before they had the garage door there. And I was working on my laptop like I am now. I was on the stage. I was sitting on the left side of the stage. And I was typing away, and then all of a sudden the black curtain lifted up and came back down. I went in and looked. There was nobody there, the lights were all on, nobody was up there. I just went about my day. Like nothing happened, but something happened. Also, there was another time too, before the gym floor got replaced, I had the kindergarten kids in there, and there was a little kid just bouncing on one of the hop-alongs, whatever they're called. And she stopped and she told me, gym teacher, there's a boy up there, like pointing up on the stage. And it was black up there. I went and looked where she was looking, and she said, he's right there. So he's just looking. And I don't know, gave me an uneasy feeling, so kind of pulled her away and said, come play over here. You don't have to see him. Those are two really trippy paranormal stuff that happened while I was a teacher here. Still am a teacher here, but yeah. 2 years ago, we had the Langham Senior Girls Volleyball team stay here for our home tournament. And they experienced some stuff too while staying in the grade 7 classroom. I guess one girl heard the door open and close. We haven't been back since.
Well, Tony Farmlincoln. Have you heard of any paranormal experiences while you were in high school, either from your mom, Fredericks, or just any other teachers?
Well, going to school here, I never actually heard of anything happening here, but then while working in the school, I've seen a lot of things, experienced a lot of paranormal activity.
Alright, so yeah, I guess we'll lead on into that. What were one of, I guess, many experiences that you had here?
A lady that I see pacing back and forth in the elementary girls' washroom, because my grade 2 classroom was right across from that door. So every time I'd be teaching, I would see this woman walking back and forth. And then in my classroom, I'd have little shadow kids that would be hiding, and then they would kind of like scare you like they're playing a game, and they would pop out of nowhere and then kind of give you the jump. And then they'd always mess around with my electronics.
So like what, your computer would always like kind of glitch out, or?
Everything that I would do, like I'd have everything set up and I'd make sure that everything was working good, and then all of a sudden, after I would see that shadow kid, then the electronics would just all of a sudden stop working, or they wouldn't work properly.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Like, you know, like for
Like
instance,
playing tricks or
Yeah.
playing a little game.
or like, you know, like in other examples of people, like, you know, they'd say like, I came into here with a full charge battery,
Yeah.
And like 5 minutes into them starting, like it's suddenly drained of life, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's.
So that's like just one of many stories that are things that I've seen in the school.
Well, earlier when we were talking about this in Garbo's room, he mentioned a story about seeing a little boy on the stage, and then you casually dropped that you kind of saw something like that.
Yeah. So I was subbing at that time, and I was the gym teacher. I had a group of kids from the elementary wing coming in, or leaving actually, and then as I was walking by the storage room, I saw this little kid peek his head out, and then I said, "Hey, you got to go back to class." And then he ran across to the other side, and I walked into the storage room, and then I started to look around to find this kid, but there was nobody there. Later on in the day, though, he was on the stage, hiding behind the curtains, those long drapes there. And then again, I tried to look around, but no kid was on.
Yeah, that's exactly what like Garbo was saying too, man. What the heck? Well, I guess we only have three simple questions right now. Do you have anything more recent?
I can, like when I knew all of these things were happening, I don't really see them anymore, but I know that a lot of other people are starting to see the things that I've witnessed. So that's just confirmation that
Yeah, okay.
I'm not loony.
Well, I mean, like, there's 2 stories that you shared and 2 stories that Garbo shared, and it
Yeah.
checks out. So, like, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.